Hey everyone, welcome to a special episode. Today, we're going to put your Superman knowledge to the test.
Oh, a test.
That's right. It's a Superman trivia challenge. I've got some seriously tough questions lined up. Are you ready to dive into some Superman lore?
Yeah, bring it on. You know I've been reading Superman comics for years.
All right, let's get started with round one. True or false? And let me tell you, these are not easy. First question. Superman's first attempt to stop a hurricane was a complete success. True or false?
First attempt, huh? That makes me think probably not as smooth as his later victories. I'm gonna say false.
You are correct. It is false. Early Superman, well, let's just say he was still figuring things out. He went up against Hurricane Renee, but it was way stronger than he thought. He did manage to pull off a heroic rescue, though. He saved a tanker. And who was on that tanker?
Monoling, right?
Of course it was Monoling. All right, next question. Superman and Batman's first meeting involved a trip to a parallel reality. True or false?
A parallel reality. Sounds pretty wild. But then again, those two have seen it all. I'll say true.
You got it. It's true. They encountered a character named Kaio the Trickster, who messed with reality. They even met older versions of themselves in this other reality. But here's the crazy part. Kaio wiped their memories of the whole thing.
Wow, wiped memories. That's one way to avoid an awkward first meeting.
Definitely. Okay, question 3. Superman's parents were accepting of his superpowered dog, Krypto. True or false?
Jonathan and Martha, are you kidding? Accepting is basically their superpower. True, for sure.
You know those Kents? It's true. They welcomed Krypto, saw him as family, and there's a Kryptonian connection too. A Jor-El hologram revealed that Krypto was a test subject for the rocket that brought Clark to Earth.
Oh yeah, that's right. Krypto's origin story is surprisingly connected to Superman's. Family can come from anywhere, even other galaxies.
Next up, Superman and Batman once fused into a single being. True or false?
Wait, fused? Like actually became one being? No way, that's gotta be false.
Get ready to be surprised. It's true. Devil Nez's magic, red kryptonite exposure, and to make things even weirder, Hal Jordan's power ring. They needed a whole team of heroes to separate them and take down Neza. What a story.
I can't believe I forgot about that one. Talk about a crazy team up.
Question 5. Superman was once a gladiator on Warworld. True or false?
Warworld. That brutal planet. Knowing Superman, he wouldn't just stand by. I bet he started a rebellion. I'm gonna say true.
You are absolutely right. It's true. He was forced to fight, but refused to kill. And that actually sparked a revolt among the other gladiators. Even on Warworld, Superman inspires hope.
It's amazing how his moral code, no matter where he is, shines through and makes people want to fight for what's right, even in the worst places.
Next question. Superman has worked with multiple King Arthurs. True or false?
Multiple King Arthurs. Now that sounds like we're getting into multiverses or time travel. I'll go with true.
You're on a roll. That's true. Not just one King Arthur either. He even saved the Round Table once, a hero for all time periods.
I love how Superman interacts with these legendary figures. It makes you think about heroism and how it goes beyond time and culture. He's like a symbol of courage and justice no matter the era.
Okay, question 7. Superman has won a Pulitzer Prize. True or false?
Okay, now we're talking. Clark Kent is a reporter, right? He's not just about strength, he's got brains too. I'm gonna say true.
You are absolutely right. It is true. He's a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist. He's a multi-talented hero, using his powers and his mind to make the world a better place.
It's a good reminder that heroism is more than just fighting bad guys. It's about using your skills to make a difference, no matter what they are. Superman really shows us that.
Last true-false question for this round. Superman knows how to speak Mandarin Chinese. True or false?
Superman knows a bunch of languages, that's for sure. But Mandarin? That's a tough one. I'm gonna say true. He is Superman, after all.
You got it. It's true. A true global citizen connecting with everyone.
It's a little detail, but it shows how much he cares about understanding different cultures. Makes him a symbol of hope, not just for one country, but for the whole world.
Absolutely. Okay, we made it through the true or false round. Get ready, because up next, we're diving into the even trickier fact or fiction round.
Okay, hit me with those fact or fiction questions. I'm ready for round 2.
All right, let's see if you can keep this winning streak going. Fact or fiction? Lex Luthor once helped save Superman's life.
Lex Luthor, saving Superman. That's a tough one. Lex is usually trying to destroy Superman, not help him. But then again, there have been some pretty strange team-ups in comics. I'm gonna say fact, but I gotta know the story behind this one.
You are right. It is a fact. Lex Luthor actually removed kryptonite from Superman's brain. It was a crazy situation, and well, Lex was trying to manipulate things to his advantage, but he actually earned a spot on the Justice League for a while.
Oh yeah, that's right. I almost forgot about that time when Lex tried to pretend he was a hero. It just goes to show that you never really know with him. Even the worst villains can surprise you, I guess.
Okay, next question. Fact or fiction? Superman has a son named John Kent.
That's definitely a fact. John Kent, Superboy, he's a big part of Superman's world now.
Correct. Fact. John inherited his father's powers, and he's even a member of the Legion of Superheroes.
It's amazing to see Superman as a dad, passing on his legacy to the next generation.
Speaking of powers, fact or fiction? Superman's weakness to kryptonite was caused by a magic spell.
Nope, that's fiction. Kryptonite is just a natural element from his home planet. It's just part of his biology.
Exactly. Fiction. It's a vulnerability that comes with being Kryptonian.
Makes you realize that even the strongest people have weaknesses.
Okay, here's a wild one. Fact or fiction? Superman once became a doomsday-like creature.
Doomsday. Wasn't there a story where Superman, absorbed some kind of toxin from Doomsday?
Yeah.
I'm going with fact.
You are on fire. It is a fact. He absorbed a toxin and went on a rampage. It was pretty scary. It took Wonder Woman and a bunch of other heroes to cure him and bring him back.
It's those stories, the ones where even Superman gets pushed to his limits, that are really interesting.
Next question. Fact or fiction? Superman's father, Jor-El, survived Krypton's destruction.
Oh, this is one of those questions that has always had fans debating. I mean, we thought for so long that Jor-El died with Krypton, but there were always those hints, those little clues. I'm gonna say fact. I don't think we've seen the last of Jor-El.
You are right again. It is a fact. Jor-El survived and became the mysterious Mr. Oz.
Mr. Oz. Right, that was a huge twist. I love how Superman's story keeps evolving even after all this time.
Next. Fact or fiction? Superman can see femtoseconds.
Femtoseconds. Wow, that's crazy fast. I mean, I know Superman has super senses, but that seems like a stretch. I'm gonna say fiction.
Buckle up, it's actually a fact. His brain works so fast that he can perceive time on that incredibly tiny scale.
Seriously, femtoseconds, that's insane.
Next question. Fact or fiction? Superman's creators initially envisioned him as a villain.
That one I know. It's a fact. Their very first Superman story, he was this bald, telepathic villain.
Hard to believe that the symbol of truth and justice started as a bad guy right now. But it shows you how ideas can change and evolve.
It's a great example of how even the most iconic characters can have unexpected beginnings.
All right, last fact or fiction question. An Illinois town calls itself Superman's hometown.
I've heard about that, but it always sounded like just, I don't know, a marketing thing. I'm gonna say fiction.
Wrong, it's a fact. Metropolis, Illinois. They go all out with a Superman festival, museum, and even a giant Superman statue.
Okay, I was wrong on that one, but that's pretty cool, actually.
All right, we've made it to the end of our Superman quiz. How do you think you did?
Well, I definitely learned a few things today. Some of those questions were real brain busters, but I think I held my own.
Superman's story is so full of twists and turns, there's always something new to discover. Okay, so after all the Superman trivia questions, how do you think you did?
I think I survived. A few of those were really tough, though. I gotta say, I'm impressed by how much there is to know about Superman.
Yeah, me too. It just shows you there's always something new to learn about Superman, even for the biggest fans. So, let's see. How did you do? What's the final score?
Well, I think I got all the true or false ones right, didn't I?
You did. Perfect score in the true or false round.
And the fact or fiction? I think I missed a couple there.
You got most of them right, though. Really impressive. You really know your Superman stuff.
Thanks. All those years of reading comics paid off, I guess.
How about our listeners? How did you all do? Were there any questions that really stumped you? Let us know. Even if you didn't get them all right, I hope you had fun learning some Superman trivia.
And remember, this is just scratching the surface of Superman's story. If you want to dive even deeper, I recommend checking out the Comic Verse Explained podcast.
Yes, they do a fantastic job of covering all things comics, from superhero origins to the latest stories. If you love comics, you definitely need to give it a listen.
So spread the word, tell your friends, share it on social media. Everyone needs to know about Comic Verse Explained.
All right, before we wrap up, one last thing to think about. Superman is basically immortal, right? He's going to outlive all of us. So how do you think his story will eventually end?
Now, that's a question for another day.
Until next time, everyone.